I may have misunderstood earlier when he said he couldn't grow to mean he couldn't grow, you know? I didn't think he meant him as a person, but now that makes a lot more sense.
Who is the man in the suit?
Hey guys, it's Mikayla, and welcome back to another video. We are back with another reaction video, and in today's video, I will be reacting to Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law. Specifically, Season 1, Episode 2, Very Personal Injury, which is very fitting considering I actually practice personal injury law. If you guys are new here, I am a real-life lawyer who happens to love making YouTube videos specifically about reacting to legal content. And recently, I've been doing a string of videos reacting to a bunch of cartoon trials, legal issues, and things of the like. And while I've never seen Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, this was my most requested TV show to react to, so thank you so much to the many of you who left a comment on a video of mine asking me to react to this. From my limited understanding of the show, Harvey Birdman is an ex-superhero turned lawyer who likes to represent the cases nobody wants, cases that typically include other cartoon characters. So that in and of itself is a hilarious premise for a TV show, and I'm really excited. But possibly even more exciting is the premise of this episode. The chief of the Superfriends files a lawsuit after spilling hot coffee on his lap. Sound familiar? I don't know. So that's what we'll be doing today. We will be watching the show and I will be giving you my legal analysis and commentary on all of the aspects of it. But before we get into this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified of when I post new videos. And extra love to those of you who are actually subscribed to this channel. Only 25% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So again, if you haven't, it's free. It helps me out beyond belief and I will appreciate you forever. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Through the cold depths of space, a giant space meteor sweeps towards Earth. Get me the Superfriends.
Aww. It looks like old 90s cartoons. So nostalgic.
Let's not.
Did he just mute the trouble alert? Oh, nah.
Where are the Superfriends?
I am a super friend.
Let's see here.
Period.
Apache Chief, organ donor. Fabulous. Well then, listen, don't let me stop you from using your heat vision, is it? On the meteor.
Heat
That's
vision.
not my superpower.
Magic Tomahawk? Dream Catcher?
Warmer.
He's gonna leg wrestle.
Is he drunk?
Is that Gautier?
Excuse me.
Oh, you know what? This is Adult Swim. I forgot what channel we were on. Okay. This makes a lot more sense now. Oh my gosh. That's okay. Hitting a meteor like it's a baseball is crazy.
Now.
Wow.
You're not Chuck.
Okay. What? Yes. Bravo. I'm impressed. Okay. Pretty normal start. Oh.
Coffee, please.
Alrighty, that'll be $1.80. I'm sorry, Chief. No credit cards. Seems some idiot ripped our telephone pole out of the ground.
Oh, I think I have change.
That's rough.
My lap! My lap!
Oh. So we didn't get to see the incident, you guys.
Who is the cat with the beak?
Trying to catch the beat.
Do you really want to
Interesting theme song.
Harvey Attorney, habeas corpus, Harvey Attorney, Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
Okay, so the first thing I want to touch on is the fact that we were able to hear the coffee being spilled in his reaction, but we didn't actually see the incident occur. So of course there's going to probably be a lot of questions that may or may not be addressed in the show about what exactly happened, how it happened, and all of the details that encompass it. However, it did sound like we had a witness, at least one witness, which was the barista. And I presume that the barista will end up testifying in whatever trial we may or may not see. Again, not really sure what the episode's going to entail, but I'm really glad that there was an eyewitness. Interestingly enough, you guys would not believe the amount of eyewitness testimony that ends up being false. Like, people are literally watching something happen and cannot recall details of it. But that aside, at least there was a witness to the incident, since again, we didn't see it, and hopefully that helps support whatever lawsuit this chief is going to bring.
In conclusion, we're willing to accept your offer to reduce the charge from indecent exposure to second-degree nudie grooming. Yes.
An Apache Chief to see you, Mr. Birdman.
Which one?
What?
He says that's his name.
I'm dead.
Apache Chief, of course. Send him in. The big chief.
Oh,
Well, have you
where
been
is
up to?
Burns? I don't
Nope.
see any.
Well, there's been less and less superhero stuff lately, so mostly freelancing.
Yeah, I know how that can be.
Do you? You're an attorney.
Hey, how about a little something hot to drink?
Oh, no, no. Please, God, no.
Oh, don't
Not
be
him being
silly.
triggered.
No trouble at all. Avenger. So, what's up?
Well, I saved the town
Oh,
the other
God.
day, and I saved the town, and anyway, afterwards I thought, man, a coffee would be nice, but I spilled
Okay.
it on my lap,
Okay.
and wow, it was hot on my lap.
Uh-huh.
I'll bet.
Uh-huh.
Hotness,
Injury?
crunch. Ouch.
Yeah, Oh, what are you trying to say?
I can no longer enlarge.
Oh.
Okay, I was not expecting that type of injury, but what an injury that is. If I am understanding this man correctly, after spilling hot coffee on his lap, he can no longer enlarge, if you will, as he put it himself. That's devastating. Like, you guys, that is no small injury. Obviously, this man needs to be evaluated by a medical professional if he has not already. Hopefully he has, and if you guys are ever injured in any way, go see a medical professional so that they can document your injuries and make it a lot easier to tie the injuries to the incident. However, he's going to need to go see a doctor who can confirm that he no longer has the ability to use his parts. That may affect his ability to have children, which is a huge issue. And overall, that's going to absolutely affect his quality of life. So that injury is clear. The other thing I wanted to touch on is him quivering at the thought of a hot liquid. That to me sounds like there might be some mental effects that he's experiencing from the coffee incident. In a personal injury case, part of the damages you can claim are called mental pain and anguish. And it's exactly what it sounds like. However, it's a difficult thing to claim if there's no proof. So how do you prove that, you say? I mean, obviously we can see that he's having some things going on, but the way to prove that much more easily is to go see a medical professional, specifically a mental health professional. Any money he ends up having to pay to see a psychiatrist or a therapist or whoever can be part of his damages. And if he has a good attorney, they will work to recuperate those monies in the form of a recovery. All of this is to say his injuries are very clear. The damages are there, but I'm still curious about the liability and how this incident exactly took place. So hopefully we'll get into that.
Oh. Let's all go to the mountains, huh?
What?
I'll take the case. Nothing, huh? Not even first thing in the morning? Little.
I think we have a chance.
It depends who the other attorney.
That was quick. Who's the defendant?
Back off! I've got a
Oh.
shrink gun. Oh, that's my
Sir,
ankle.
how did you get that through the metal
Gun.
detector?
You think I don't see? You think I don't feel your eyes like grubby little fingers, little children's fingers on my body?
Your Honor?
I'll make you teensy.
You! Put that popgun
What is
away!
this gavel?
When I was a kid, if someone brandished a shrink gun, he'd get a little bit of respect. Shrink
Okay.
gun.
No. Sir, I'm sure a lot of the characters that we just saw are probably odes to actual characters, but again, y'all, if you are coming from my Batman video especially, you know already, I'm not big into superheroes, so I do not know who these people are. But what I will say is it doesn't matter who you are, you cannot bring a gun into a courtroom, especially a shrink gun. And why is the judge's gavel giving Fred Flintstone? Like, we couldn't afford a real gavel. Either way, as I mentioned earlier, I'm very curious as to who the defendants are going to be in the case. When you sue someone, you are the plaintiff and the people you are opposing are the defendants. And immediately potential defendants that I can see are the brand of coffee, which, not really a strong case necessarily. The store where the coffee was bought from, which I believe was named Java Lux, and potentially the barista who made the coffee if they themselves made the coffee way hotter than it should have been. But there are two people seated at defense counsel tables, so let's see who they represent.
Mr. Blin's Hold 5. Opening arguments.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
When I say
openings.
the
Good,
word
good.
superhero, what names come to mind? Wonder
Batman,
Woman,
Superman,
Aquaman,
Wonder Woman.
Superman, Birdman.
Okay.
These are
Yeah.
names that...
Excuse me, I don't think of Birdman.
Not my point. Because last Wednesday, when those other heroes were unavailable, it was a lesser hero who answered the call. Even with
Not a lesser hero.
Apache Chief saved the
Town from destruction.
Okay.
Then went for a coffee. And my client was not warned that the coffee was hot.
Did he not notice he just got shrunk?
Okay.
What is happening?
Today, you'll hear how this hero, who could before
Okay,
the accident
no problem.
grow many, many times his normal size and remain that way, all day if necessary. A proud, unbending, rock-hard pillar of justice, a rigid staff of liberty. That hero is left lifeless.
Wait.
He is nothing now. So small. You'll also hear from his peers. Lesser heroes all. How devastating a loss of powers can be.
No, Mr. Reducto, you're up.
Okay. You know, and this might be on me. I may have misunderstood earlier when he said he couldn't grow to mean he couldn't grow, you know? I didn't think he meant him as a person, but now that makes a lot more sense considering he did grow to a humongous size to take out the meteor. You know what? That one's on me. But regardless, well, actually, yeah, if that's the case, nothing earlier I said about his inability to have kids stands, I don't think. But I hope you guys got the point nonetheless. Focusing on his inability to grow to 10 times his size, let's say to fight the bad guys, that would still obviously impact his quality of life, his ability to work, and damages would still be present. And we heard in the opening statements by Harvey Birdman that he was not warned the coffee was hot. You guys may have heard of a similar lawsuit known as the McDonald's coffee lawsuit that actually happened in real life, where a woman spilled coffee on herself, got burns, and sued. And you may notice whenever you go to McDonald's or many places that serve hot liquids, there is a warning on the little coffee sleeve on the cup or something of the like. So while it may seem like common sense to you and I that if you order a hot coffee, it's going to be hot, it certainly shouldn't be hot enough to cause severe burns, or in the Chief's case, completely ruin your ability to work your job. He also said that we're going to hear from some of the Chief's peers today, who I presume will be character witnesses and testify that perhaps the Chief is responsible or a good person, who knows. But I'm excited to see who we're going to end up hearing from. I'm a little bit less excited for this guy's opening statement because he is a lunatic. So let's just go ahead and get this over with.
What kind of stinking superhero loses his powers to a cup of coffee in the crotch? That's all I have.
What? No. There is a time and a place for a very, very short and sweet opening statement. This was not it. For your first attempt to really talk to the jury and tell them your client's side of what happened, you decide to use that time to poke fun at the plaintiff. When it comes to juries, y'all, you do not want to piss them off. Like, trust me, rule number 1, keep the jury happy. Or maybe that's rule number 2. There's a lot of rules, but you get the point. And if I was a juror and that's what I heard as his opening statement, I would assume that he's not taking this seriously and that clearly he doesn't care what happens. And I'm going with the plaintiff. I might be a little biased. I am a plaintiff's attorney after all. But I think I'm right on this one. Comment down below if you guys disagree, but that opening was trash.
State your name for the record.
Black Vulcan.
Mr. Vulcan, tell us about your superpower.
Pure electricity.
Okay.
In my pants.
Oh my.
Sorry, man.
Tell us, what would life be like without
What?
your powers?
Well, you know how it is when the power goes out in your house? It would be like that.
Okay.
Only in your pants.
Indeed.
I don't know what
Your
that
witness-
means. I don't know what that. I don't know.
That the reason you left the Superfriends is because you were fired. Fired? Fired!
Oh my god.
Why?
They said it was some sort of budget thing. But I think it's because I complained that they were always pairing me up with a white super friend. Like I was gonna start super looting the minute they weren't watching. And you think I named myself Black Vulcan? Hell no. I used to go by Super Volt. Black Vulcan was Aquaman's idea. And I said, well, maybe we should just call you Whitefish.
In your statement dated September 20-something, the day in question, you stated that you had expressed knowledge of one of the more familiar Super Friends' whereabouts, a Wonder Woman, I believe.
That's correct. She was at home.
Any idea why she wouldn't have answered the town's distress call?
Well, she said she really needed some me time, so she unplugged her communicator and took a bath.
How do you happen to
Bro.
know this?
I was...
What are we doing?
I was the bathwater. Form of a wash rag.
I'd like to call Apache Chief to the stand.
Guys,
Tell us,
how are
why
these
did
helping?
you become a superhero?
To help people?
And that you did. Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
videotaped
That's
evidence
good.
where you will see, with your own eyes, visually, my client helping people.
Is he sleeping? Was the drummer sleeping?
Apache Chief has grown giant, and he's wrestling the radioactive blob to the death.
Apache Chief's grown giant, and he's wrestling the atomic standardized poodle to the death.
It's on here, right?
Well, as you can see, Apache Chief's juggling 3 boulders and has succeeded in shocking and delighting the space dragon.
So you're still
Am I
with the
missing
Superfriends?
something?
No.
What do you do for money?
Odd jobs to get by.
Getting by.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Still a valiant effort.
Oh.
What? Why are they all underneath his crotch?
So as we see from this tape, your power was...
Growing large. At will. Especially in the mornings.
Could you demonstrate that for us now?
No.
I
I
just
haven't been able to grow since I burned myself on the winter plan.
A man who stood so tall, now so small. Nothing further.
Okay. I have literally so many questions. My first question being, if any of those witnesses were actually real characters, somebody please let me know so I can make sure never to look into them, because literally what is going on? But more importantly, how did those witnesses help the chief's case? They didn't. They didn't provide a single word that was substantive. Like, what was the point of that? Luckily, there was a little bit of helpful testimony from the actual plaintiff when the chief got up there and said, yeah, being able to grow tall and big was my superpower, and now I can't do it anymore after I spilled the coffee. But like, that's not gonna convince a jury to award you thousands, millions, however much money you're trying to get for this. And it looked like that was the end of Harvey Birdman's case in chief. A case in chief is just your side of the case, basically. And yeah, that was not enough evidence to convince me, let alone a jury of their peers, of whatever claims they're making. Well, there's really little hope from here on out, but I'm gonna stay strong as long as I can, because I do believe in the chief's cause. And while his lawyer is terrible, sometimes miracles happen. Am I right?
I'll have a brandy, Alexander. We're willing to settle. Put down the fizzy gun.
What's the offer?
$1.89.
There's not the money reducto.
$1.89.
Mr. Superhero, how can we ever repay you?
You want to be shrunk?
You know, when it comes right down to it, don't we all just want to be thanked?
No one wants to be shrunk. It's the point. It's a shrink gun. Back off.
This man needs to be in jail.
Yeah, I think this whole thing would go away if he somehow felt appreciated.
Ooh.
I'm scheming. This is my scheming face. First I raise this eyebrow, and then back off.
Okay. That is so accurate to how it is in real life. And I mean that in the sense of literally as the trial is happening, right before the trial, right after the trial, before the jury returns their verdict, now a settlement offer's on the table. You heard the defense offer the plaintiff $1.89, I believe it was, to settle this case, which sounds like it was the price of the coffee and has absolutely nothing to do with the damages he suffered, and that was turned down. But interestingly enough, Harvey Birdman said something about how, I bet this would all go away if you could just make him feel appreciated. And while you cannot bring a lawsuit for the sole purpose of asking someone to appreciate you, what I do want to touch on is a concept called nominal damages. Nominal damages are brought when you really just want to make a point, and they come in the form of a single dollar. You heard that right. Nominal damages, if you're awarded nominal damages, you get $1. So if there had been a string of burns and, elimination of powers from hot coffee being poured all over the city, and our chief wanted to bring this case to make the point that, hey, y'all need to start putting warning labels on these things, then nominal damages would be a great thing to ask for if there are not actual damages. However, the problem is, one, there are actual damages as we've discussed thoroughly throughout this video, and two, again, you can't bring nominal damages to ask somebody to appreciate you. That's not really how it works. But I do find it funny that at the literal 11th hour, the defense is trying to settle this case because you guys would not believe how often that happens in real life. Okay, you go through all this trouble of preparing for a trial day in and day out to get to the trial, and now they want to settle. No, it's too late. I mean, sometimes it's not too late, but stop doing that.
Mr. Reducto, you're up. Now make it fast. The dogs are playing Tennessee.
I would like to call the manager of the Jamalux coffee shop, Shibble Shusler.
Okay.
That's a hard
The
name to say.
manager of the coffee shop. Here we go.
How long have you managed this coffee shop?
3 years.
And in that time, how many people have burned themselves in your establishment?
Great question.
Just one.
So, you
Okay.
say that your products are safe?
Well, no. Some are actually
okay.
quite hot.
Objection!
You're leading.
She's your witness.
Huh? Oh, right. Well, shut up!
I'm afraid I can't shut up.
Oh my
What
god.
has happened to this man is wrong. The Superfriends abandoned him, and we ignored him.
Objection.
My scheme is working.
There may be more famous superheroes, but I, for one, would not be sitting here today were it
What
not
is
for
happening?
his selfless heroism.
Objection.
And when they're ready,
Why
I'll
are you
tell my
trying-
children of the day that
What is
humble
happening?
man saved our town.
What? Oh my god.
Chief got his teepee
Did
back.
he just...
Case dismissed.
Okay. Whoa. There is literally so much to unpack there. I don't even know where to start. Let's try to go through this chronologically. One, we now know that one of the defendants was the actual coffee shop, presumably because the manager is testifying. And the defense attorney asked a really great question. In the 3 years you've been managing the coffee shop, how many customers have spilled coffee on themselves, causing them injury? 1. That was such good evidence for the defense that this is not a prominent issue and that the coffee shop was not put on notice that this was a problem. But then she completely flips to the plaintiff's side and starts saying all of these things about how Chief is unappreciated and then we failed him and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him and he deserves all these things. What? Like, was she an undercover witness for the plaintiffs this whole time? That was crazy. I have no idea what started going on with her outfit change. The birds came and took her hair out. I don't know. I don't know what I just witnessed. But what we did see at the very end is it appeared as if the chief was able to grow again, which means perhaps it wasn't the coffee the whole time. It was that he was unappreciated, which is crazy. And that's why y'all should stop just suing over crazy stuff, because that's crazy. And the McDonald's one was not crazy, but again, that's a different video. But you heard the judge dismiss the case, which is kind of odd because there's a whole jury and we're in trial, whatever. But the judge dismissed the case because the damages, which were he can no longer grow big and tall, are no longer present because he grew big and tall. Honestly, I don't know how I was expecting this trial to end, but I really like this ending. It was very strange, but somehow very comforting. So let's see how this episode wraps up.
I win, I win, I win, I win.
No,
I don't
no,
lose,
you do
I
not
win.
win.
Oh,
You very much lose. Actually, I don't know who wins here. The chief
what now,
wins.
my friend?
Well, the guys and I have been talking, and we're thinking about forming our own group.
Yeah, the
Cute.
Multiculture Pals.
Apache
Oh.
Chief, Black Vulcan,
That's Super Hulk.
Juan Gigante, the Negotiator and his super sidekick, Petzela, the French Tickler, and Jesse Jackson.
Multicultural pals.
What?
Heroes.
One voice.
You know, we could always appeal.
That is okay, my friend. I may have lost
I
the
don't think
case,
you need to.
but I gain so much more.
You got exactly what you wanted, babes. Who is that? What is happening? Honestly, I enjoyed that. As usual with these videos, I am unfortunately leaving with a lot more questions than I am answers, but the show overall, very entertaining and actually a little bit accurate in some ways. A lot of it inaccurate in some ways, but listen guys, we're focusing on the positive here, okay? I'm so glad that the chief got his mojo back, and while he may have lost the case, the purpose of us bringing lawsuits are to right wrongs. And again, his wrong was very much righted when he got his powers back. So if you ask me, a win is a win. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave me a comment down below letting me know what you'd like me to react to next, and I will see you guys in my next video. Goodbye and go thrive.